Hey y'all, it's Brittany, and I am back with another video, and today, I know I look a little not as put together as normal, but today's video, vanity is the last thing that matters. I just wanted to get this out, so I literally took it was like 7 minutes to do this, but I just wanted to talk about this, because a girl came to me in my comments. Her name's Maria. Shout out Maria, thank you. I think she thought that I was going to come back at her, double down on the fact that I was wrong about a few things in my video from yesterday. But I would rather fix a mistake than double down and try to argue with you when I know that you're right. So I'm going to fix a few misspeakings, mistakes that I made yesterday. But I will say that the reason why I made those mistakes is because I tried to find out who this man was and what he was about, and nobody cares. Nobody has made videos saying, Ronnie Mcnutt was 33 years old, he did this in his life, and he did that in his life, and he did this in his life. All I could find was what people care about, and that's his tragic end. Except for my friend Truthy Magoo. He and his girlfriend have a wonderful channel. I'm going to link both of his videos about this subject in my pinned comment. So that's where a lot of the information that I'm getting is coming from, because he's the only person that has cared enough to find out who this man was and humanize him, because he is a fucking person at the end of the day. He is a person that felt so much pressure and so much just awful that he made a mistake, because his friends do believe that it was a mistake. They don't think that he meant to do this because it was just so fast. But anyways, like I said, my friend Truthy Magoo and his girlfriend have a great channel. They follow a lot of stories like this, and they put out the real information. They do not put out false information. I even made that mistake yesterday where I said that he was an influencer, but apparently he was not a TikTok influencer. He's not on YouTube. He was on Facebook Live. And he was not like some big famous person. And that was my mistake, because I watched these videos that just, they didn't know what they were talking about either. So they just typed it out, and because they didn't care. They just wanted to get out the video of his end. The dramatic, tragic part, because that's what gets the views. So that is my mistake, and I want to fix that, because not only is it disrespectful to the memory of Ronnie Mcnutt, but it's disrespectful to his family for me to say things that aren't true, or say things that are misleading, or whatever. And thirdly, his mother came out and said that there are a lot of GoFundMes, PayPals, that kind of stuff coming out falsely, saying that they are for Ronnie Mcnutt. She said that there is no PayPals, no GoFundMes affiliated with the family, with Ronnie himself, with her. She said, do not donate to anything. Now, if that changes in the future, if I find out about that, I will put something in my pinned comment, letting you guys know if there is a legit place to donate. But as of right now, they said that they are not going to take up a GoFundMe or anything like that. So please don't donate to a scam. But really, I just wanted to tell you guys who this man was, and what's so awful. So I guess on the night of August 31st, he got really drunk. Hold on, I can hear the neighbors' kids yelling. Hold on, guys. Okay, so, sorry, my neighbor's little kids came down to play. So allegedly what happened was, well, clearly some of this was documented, but some of it we're not sure if that's exactly what happened. But on the night of August 31st, Ronnie got really intoxicated. And in the video, he's on live and he's on the phone, and the last thing that he really says is, and I'm not going to tell you exactly what, well, I saw the video once, and I remember those words exactly. One time, and I have a horrible memory, but those words will never leave my head. Because it was just so shocking and so sudden how he did it. And that's why everybody thinks it was an accident, his family especially, and his friends. So what had happened was, I guess he was fighting with his girlfriend. Allegedly, that's who he was calling. And I don't know if she hung up on him or what the case was, but he says, "Oh, so that's how you want to do it," and hangs up. Says, "Well, guys, here's what's going to happen," I think he says. Or here's how it's going to go, or here's how it's going to be. Something like that. And immediately after, it just didn't seem like he meant to do that. I don't know if he was just really drunk and going to threaten to do that. But the firearm, I don't think it was on purpose. And neither does his family. They think it was, he was just really drunk and in a really bad accident. He meant to threaten it, at least. And maybe he did mean to do it. And that's the awful part for family and friends of somebody that ends their life. There are so many unanswered questions, and there's so many things left with an open end that will never get closure. You never get an answer. You never get a feeling of peace. Because you don't know exactly what was going on. And apparently, supposedly, allegedly, sorry, my lips are really dry. They're kind of hurting. But apparently, I need to say allegedly. Allegedly, his mother was in that live stream watching. I don't know how true that is, but that's an allegation that came up. But I want to talk about who that man was. Ronnie was 33 years old, like I said. He had a girlfriend. They were on the rocks. But his mental health issues stemmed from being a veteran. The man was in the Army, and I don't know if it was the Army, I don't know what branch he was in, but I know he was a veteran, and that he went to Iraq, and that he suffered from PTSD when he came home. And that is such a big issue in the U.S., is that, these guys come home and they don't know how to deal with this stuff, and there's just not enough programs and insurance and places that work with these people so that they know. What, Punky? Hold on, y'all. Okay, they're going to the rock to sit. But yeah, there's just not enough programs for veterans of any kind. And a lot of them suffer from it because they have depression, anxiety, PTSD, CPTSD, crippling anxiety. I don't know if I already said that, but just multiple things. Some people can even become schizophrenic because a traumatic situation can just make that snap in their brain and it changes them. Schizophrenia isn't always like you're born with it. Well, it's there, but it takes sometimes something traumatic happening to you for it to unlock or for it to be released, essentially. So we really need to get it together with taking care of our veterans that took care of us and protect us. We need to protect them as well. I know that there were a lot more points I wanted to make. I know that there are accounts pretending to be this man, saying that they are him. That is not true. Saying that this was all fake, he did it for views. There's a lot of people saying that that it was CGI, that it looked fake, that it looked like a movie set. That's not true. this man passed away. And allegedly, the cops were standing outside. Allegedly, people were worried about him and feared for his life, so they called the cops, and the cops were standing outside watching the live stream. How sudden this happened, that they didn't even have a react. Because as soon as he raised his hand, the gun went off. There was not even a reaction time. So part of me is like, why the fuck didn't they knock on the door if they were outside? But another part of me is like, what would they have done anyways? It happened just so fast that as soon as he touched that firearm, it went off, basically. Like, literally less than a second after he touched it, picked it up. Immediately it went off. And that's why it's so easy to believe that it was an accident. But we don't know that. We don't know what was going through his head. And that's the awful part. And apparently, not apparently, I keep switching apparently with, or allegedly. I'm trying to say allegedly, but I keep saying apparently. So, allegedly, somebody messaged YouTube while this live stream was going on, because they were worried for him. They called the cops and they messaged YouTube, and they didn't get a reply until 90 minutes after their friend had already been passed. And they said, we appreciate you getting a hold of us, basically, but this video fits with our guidelines. And didn't take it down. They left it up. Because AI is, algorithm, a bot, a computer, whatever, it doesn't have eyes. You can't see what's going on. They're going by this noise. And I did not know that until Truthy Magoo said that in his video. I had no idea that they aren't actually watching your videos. But, I mean, really, how could they? They have to go by sound waves. And if they hear the shot of a gun, then that's something that they could take it down for. But apparently they didn't deem it, they didn't pick it up. Because it took them quite some time to take it down. Time enough for a lot of children, or a lot of, edgelords to get a hold of the video. And then it made its way over to TikTok. Well, the problem with that is, yes, Facebook is very good about once there's a video, once they do realize that there's a problem, they scrub it off the face of YouTube. It is gone everywhere. But TikTok is not like that. TikTok, it's really extremely hard to get rid of materials like that off of TikTok. And TikTok is a children's app. That's what's so appalling to me, is that somebody thinks that it's funny to go on a children's app and embed a video of a man taking his own life in a extremely gory way, and put that in the middle of two puppies and kitties and, fuzzy animals playing. So a child thinks that they're going to see something that's going to make them smile. And then they get this. Already in this is fucking horrible time. What our kids are already going through. They're already depressed. They're already having a hard time. Overdoses have skyrocketed. Divorce rates skyrocketed. New couples, in the first year of their marriage, divorce rates for newlyweds skyrocketed. I don't know if I already said overdoses, but skyrocketed. Suicides skyrocketed. Because people are just so fucking depressed. If they can't do anything they enjoy in life, what's the point in living? And a lot of people think that way. They think, well, I can't do anything I love. I can't go see the people I love. I can't be with the people that I love. They can't come here. I'll go to jail if I have a party. I can't go to church. Can't go see a movie. And some people do feel that way. Especially because he was from Mississippi, and I believe that Mississippi is, a very affected place. And then on top of that, him and his girlfriend were on the rocks. And who knows, that there could be a reason that his PTSD was peaking and at a bad point. I'm not saying that. This is all allegedly or speculation. And I don't want to speculate too heavily because I don't know what he was going through. I don't know what they were going through as a couple. But I'm saying, at an already such a rough time for adults, let alone little children, that can't see their friends. They can't go to school. They can't do anything. They're having to learn a whole new way of going to school. So they're stressed about it because they're afraid they're not doing things right. They're afraid that, you know what I mean? Like, my 12-year-old has been extremely stressed out about it because she's like, I can't do this. And now even my 6-year-old, they don't even get computers at school, but we're having to figure out how to get her on, luckily she has a tablet, but for kids that don't, like, what are they supposed to do? Especially if their parents go to work and take their cell phone with them. Then really, what do they do? This video is not about that, though. I'm just saying that in such a crazy time, what in the world would go through somebody's mind to want to poison our children's brains with such a traumatic video? Why would you want to do that? Somebody said that, there was 13-year-olds that saw this. Shruti Magoo, he had somebody in his comment section that was 11. My daughter's 12. I could not imagine how it would affect her seeing that. I warned her. I said, if you see Ronnie Mcnutt, man with a beard, S-word in anything, don't click on that. If it's, TikTok or anything. Because I don't want her seeing that. That would scar her for life. And I don't want that for my children. I don't want that for anybody. It's been bothering me since I saw it yesterday, and I didn't even want to see it. And I think that's why it was so bad, because I tried to go to videos that were just text so I wouldn't see that. I'm trying to think if there's any other points that I want to make, but I don't think that there is. I feel like there was 2 things that I got wrong that I want to fix or wanted to right, but I can't think of what the other one was. I know that it was that he wasn't an influencer. It's that it wasn't live streamed on TikTok. I said it was on TikTok, but it was on YouTube Live, actually. But yeah, it took YouTube quite a while to take that video down. And that's really disturbing in itself. Hear my kids out there playing, they're screaming and stuff, so I'm going to have to get out there because I'm going to have to play referee and say, don't scream. Nobody wants to listen to you scream out here. We're lucky we still live in the country. We live out in the country, so my kids are still allowed to play outside, but a lot of kids don't even have that. A lot of kids are going through it right now. A lot of adults are going through it right now, The people are suffering more monetarily because they're losing jobs and their unemployment's running out. There's just so much stuff going on right now. And for somebody to have such a sick mind that they think that this is needed and that people need to see this, completely fucked up. And whoever you are, you should be fucking ashamed of yourself. And whoever's making accounts pretending to be Ronnie saying that, oh, I faked it, you should be ashamed of yourself. Anybody that's creating fake PayPals, fake GoFundMes, fake anything pertaining to this family, you should be fucking ashamed. Anybody that has re-uploaded this video, you should be fucking ashamed. And honestly, all of those people should be turned in to the FBI or the police or somebody. You should not be allowed to get away with this shit. Disrespecting the dead like that. And the family that's still living. How much do you think it would hurt a mother to go on Facebook and see 1,500 accounts trying to add her as her deceased son, her newly deceased son? His last upload was called everybody needs to know somebody cares about them. Or something along the lines of let people know you care about them. He needed to know somebody cared about him at that time. He was feeling real low. And allegedly his mom was watching. Now can you imagine after seeing your own child do that to themselves? Getting requests from some asshat kid that wants to be an edgelord, make a fucking joke out of somebody's tragic, traumatic, horrible death. You should be ashamed of yourself. Really, really, really ashamed. I don't think there's anything else I wanted to say. If there is, I don't really want to make another update on this video unless, like, something, like, some really big news comes out about it. I don't see what else there is to say. It's just tragic. It's just awful. Especially if it was an accident. That makes it even worse because he didn't intend for that to happen. But even if he did mean to, it's still sad. And a human being still lost their life. Stop making it about likes and clicks and watch time and subscribers and money. It's sickening. I'm not monetized. And if I was monetized, I damn sure wouldn't monetize this video. I wouldn't monetize the video I made about Sophie. I would not monetize the video, any of those types of videos. The videos I did about the dangers of gabapentin, I would never monetize that. There's so many videos that I've put out. The only videos that I would monetize are like my haul videos, my makeup videos, and that kind of stuff, because I never want to profit off of somebody else's trauma. I never want to exploit anybody on my channel and use them, step on their back, step on their neck to get my foot up to the next step. Fuck that. And fuck anybody that does that. Rest in peace, Ronnie. I'm so sorry for how your life ended. Oh, and I wanted to say as well, I'm also not putting this man on a pedestal and saying that he was some angel. I understand that he did do this. He did get on a live stream, and there should have never been a firearm in a live stream on a platform. I get that. And somebody said, well, his mom was there and this and that. Like, why would he do that? Well, that's why they think he didn't mean to. My mom's passed away, but I would never even threaten to do that in front of my mother. That would kill her. So I don't know. I understand that some people see it as wrong. It's the coward's way out. I'm not going to discuss my thoughts on that because you know what? I was there once, and my views have changed on it. But at the same time, I have empathy for them, and I have sympathy because I do get it. But your life is worth so much more. There's always somebody that would rather you talk to them than see you gone. And once you're gone, a piece of everybody that ever loved you went with you and took it from them. And then the memory of you is tainted with one act. Your last act. Or action. And I'm not, putting anybody down that has suffered with thoughts of self-harm or ending their lives. Because I know. But that's probably the one thing that got me through was my dad just lost his wife. I just lost a son, so he just lost a grandchild. He got a tattoo on him for my son that passed away. So clearly that affected him as well. And then him lose his daughter. My dad's a jackass, and he, hasn't really been there for me a lot, but I still didn't want to put him through that. So, anyways, guys, please just don't look any of those things up. Ronnie Mcnutt, Ronnie, TikTok, S-word, man with a beard commits S-word, none of that. Please don't look it up. If you don't want to see it, just watch my 2 videos and Truthy Magoo's 2 videos. I'm going to link his 2 videos once again in my comment section, and I'm also going to post the National S-Word Prevention Hotline. If you don't have anybody to talk to, please call them. Reach out to me. My Twitter name is CourtneyMarks04. Please reach out to me. If you are suffering and you are to that point, I will talk to you. I would rather give up some of my time than for somebody to lose a life. Your life is worth more than that. I love y'all. I gotta get out there with my kids. Bye.